Hi team, welcome to Cluster API Retrospective. Today is April of 24th, and before jumping in, just a reminder, Cluster API follows CNCF Code of Conduct, which can be summarized as being excellent to each other. Okay, so let's start. First of all, I really appreciate all the work that went into getting the 1.13 out successfully. So great job, guys, across the board. And the goal of this session is to simply understand what worked well, what did not, and what can be improved for 1.14. So yeah, this is a good chance for to make the next cycle smoother for all of us. So let's start with what went well. Do we have few thoughts from the team of what really went well this cycle? Maybe I'll start then. Uh, so first of all, overall the release went on time, which is I think which is always a great win. So um, uh, that was I think that went really well. Apart from that, the CI signal was handled really well. So thank you, the CI signal team. Uh, Amazing job. And also the leads, they did an amazing job. So there was a strong ownership and coordination with the overall team as well as their team members. So great job, leads. Amazing. Yeah. So these are a few of the points I can think of. Uh, Anyone wants to add something?
Yeah, from the comms team side, like Ira did well. Like in this
Yeah.
release, I was really like less available in this release. So yeah, great job, Ira. Most of the things are handled by the from the comms team by Ira only.
Yeah. Shout out to Ira.
Yeah, thanks,
Yeah.
Chandan.
Awesome job on comms. Amazing. And
Yeah,
yeah,
and
please.
Chandan really helped me out figuring out because it was my first time in the
Yeah.
release team and I had a lot of questions. So he was very helpful, very available for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks, Chandan.
Any more? Anyone wants to add something? Okay, I think so. This is it for what went well. So, what did not go so well? So,
As usual, when we are starting the release, like most of the guys join, but like at
yeah,
coming to the end of the release, like most like very few guys available. So
yeah,
like that is actually like we need to increase somehow. We need to find a way like why most of the guys are like losing the interest
yeah,
or something.
yeah. Correct, correct. In the even in the meetings, regular meetings, I think uh, initially the participation is more, and as the time goes, the participation is less. Only I feel like leads and few of the members participate more as compared to the overall team. So yeah, we need to work on that part.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I also feel like it was my first time as a lead, but I feel like it was very hard to uh, or I tried to delegate things, and I feel like my teammates did the tasks that or looked into the tasks that I asked them to, but I feel like beside like otherwise it from the as a lead it requires a lot of like delegating, like people are not very necessarily doing a lot of work on their own, and I feel like maybe we should ask also in the Slack like where the people are, maybe like what could we do to get them more involved, like what could have been like the things that we could ask them to do, or ways of working that would increase like the participation more.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that even I would also noticed that the CI reporting initially was good. There were multiple teammates who were involved and giving this updates, but later on I saw that only the lead was providing the updates of CI. So we need to find a mechanism of how we can basically improve this ownership of the whole team, not just a lead. So probably need to work in that area.
Yeah, and I think I saw that as well in the like the last release. So it's not just this release, but it's
Yeah.
more of a general issue.
Yes.
So I think it would be good to kind of find out a way to ask people like what would be the ways to get them more involved, because
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not coming up with anything on my own right now. So maybe like asking the team members like uh, in the beginning of a release, like what are their expectations,
Yeah.
what would they like to do and stuff like that. So maybe then we would be able to delegate those things to
Yeah.
those teammates.
Yeah. Correct. I mean, I was also part of the Kubernetes release this cycle, and I was in release signal, and a few things I learned from there was, uh, first of all, there were the release lead at Prajot was the release lead there. So there was a Excel sheet where you can basically by yourself uh, dedicate, I mean, a lot time for you. So there's a calendar and all the tasks for each of the week, and you can assign yourself like on which week you want to, which you are comfortable based on your timeline. You can select that week to take the ownership of the triage and CI, and also there was also like every week's meeting, release team sync. There was not always the release lead who was giving the updates, but everyone each week someone has to give the update, so that also give them some ownership to basically observe whatever is happening that particular week and give a update in the meeting. So I think we can also find these kind of mechanisms, like maybe we can have a Excel sheet within each team, where we basically ask our team members to, based on their ability, they can assign themselves on which week they really want to work. And then maybe you have a group chat or something where you just nudge them or poke them that week, that this week you assigned yourself the task. Maybe you can take let us know that are you able to take, will you able to take that ownership of for that week. So maybe we can use that kind of mechanism. And also, if within the meetings we can just ask them to give updates, or if you have a if you were working on a maybe a group chat, you can ask them to basically report this maybe a issue or a triage, or report that into that CI sorry CAPI channel. So maybe from the leaders perspective we can basically first ask them when are you comfortable to take the ownership, which particular week, and then just give them a gentle nudge that, yeah, this is your week. Would you be able to do that? So maybe that can help.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Like for CI, working 1 week at a time would probably be more productive than working 1 day a week, uh,
Yeah,
because it might be hard to get back into like getting to know all the issues and everything if
yeah,
you do it for 1 day. But if you do it for a week, then
yeah,
obviously you get kind of a routine for it. So
yeah.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, even if someone is assigned for the week, obviously a release CI signal lead would still be watching the dashboard. And if something is missed by their teammate and they find any new issue or new flake, they can just ask them in their maybe group chat or something that this is something which I found, and can you post this, report this into the group. So maybe that can also help them, because sometimes what happens, if there's a new person in the CI, he may not be able to identify that this particular issue does it needs to be reported or not. So if the release lead also helps them, maybe that can also help. It's just a suggestion.
Yeah, that's completely true.
Yeah, I think Prajot, do you want to add something? You have a lot of experience in release cycle. How can we improve more engagement?
Yes, man. So I was exactly had the same thought as you mentioned, right? So we have this structure in a release signal team in the Kubernetes itself. So we should follow the same pattern. So basically at the start of the cycle, we map the entire release schedule into a Excel sheet, and we then have different sections, right?
Yeah.
Like CI signal and the status updates for every weekly calls, right? So at least at the beginning, we should create that Excel sheet and share it with our sub teams, right? And ask them to update based on their availability tentatively when they will be able to, which week they can pick up and give the share the status update for their sub teams, as well as help us with the uh, tracking the boards and everything, right?
Yes.
Only one advice from my end would be to the leads, right? Like for example, the CI leads or any other team, sub team leads, right? So initial weeks, it is expected that the leads would take care of few things, but as we progress into the cycle, right, the more expectation is that you push the other team members, the shadows or the backups, to take the ownership of sharing the status, ask them to share the status in the weekly calls that we have, rather than the leads themselves giving the status. So give them a little nudge so that they show up and give share the status, so that this will also create a good options for us, right, in the future cycles. The
Correct.
idea of shadows mainly is that we prepare them to be the future leads. So if we need to, even the leads need to take care of that. Like initial weeks, you can take care of things, but as we move progress towards the cycle, right? Because it's a long cycle, so we have time to ask them to take ownership of certain things, like sharing the status, give the weekly updates, look into certain board issues, track them, report few things, and yeah, communicate the details. But yeah, I think we should try to implement this
Yes.
approach that we have in release, right? Even
Yeah,
within
yeah.
CAPI, so that will bring some structure
Correct.
within the.
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe the next uh, team will form. Uh, I will also try to update whatever learning we have this cycle to the new release team, so that they can also follow similar pattern, and hopefully in the next release cycle there is more participation and continuous uh, participation from the team members.
Maybe you can reward the push to encourage the team members.
Correct.
Yes, sound
Correct.
positive.
That's the right term. Okay.
Yeah, I have also taken notes during this release, and I'll try to make them public somewhere, like some good like a general good getting started with the CI stuff, and that I haven't found necessarily in one place. So I'll try to make those public as well.
Sure. Feel free to add your notes here also in the retrospective also. Any other?
Yeah, I can do that after, like, maybe next week. I'm currently on my phone, so
Sure. Whenever
can't
you have time.
access. Yeah.
Any more ideas how we can improve recycle or anything which didn't go so well? Okay. All right. I think this was really helpful. And thank you everyone for sharing your thoughts openly. So, yeah, amazing job, everyone. We, I think, we need to appreciate it more that we did our release on time. So, all thanks to the comms as well as the CI team. Uh, uh, Amazing job, as well as the shadows, my shadows. Especially, I want to give shout out to Arshad. She has also done a fantastic job as a release lead shadow. So I think it was overall a strong release, and with few improvements around the participation and consistency, we can make the next one even more smoother. Yeah. So yeah.
Aman, one more thing I had, right,
Yeah.
was if we can do at least one or two release cuts, right?
Mhm.
More on a Zoom call or something, like with all the folks involved, like so that everyone gets an idea what goes behind the scenes when the release
Mhm.
cuts happens, right? So that will give a good overview of the overall release to lots of the other sub team members, so that in future if they want to change the sub teams or take on to the some new roles, right,
Mhm.
within the team itself, that will help them. We don't have to do the like all the release cuts, like maybe
Yeah,
one
maybe
common
from
release,
the
or
starting one, so
yeah,
that
starting one or two we can do.
yeah.
Yeah. Like we can have those invites out and we can ask them to join in, whoever is interested, so that we can record them also, so that
Yeah,
at least people can understand what exactly happens when a release cut day
yeah,
is there.
Yeah, that would be really helpful. So I have no idea what goes behind the scene when the CI signal gives a no go no, or a lot of people might not know what happens when a release note is generated. How do we edit that? How do we
yeah,
validate that? So I think sharing that across sub teams would be really helpful.
yeah, yeah. Thank you for the suggestion, Prajot. Yeah, this is a really helpful point. Yeah, probably we'll add this in the next cycle. Yeah, and at the end, uh, I'll uh, I'll strongly encourage you to join the next release cycle if possible. Uh, Having continuity makes a huge difference. So we'd love to have you back, either in the same role or even if you want to try different ones. But yeah, thank you, everyone. Do
Thank
we
you,
have
team.
any final question?
Thank you. It has been very nice to work with all of you.
Yeah, same wise.
Thanks, team.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
All right. Bye bye.